Hey everybody, I want to be able to tell you that I'm watching all your videos and then I am making a series of videos to be able to tell you all what all aspects you need to improve upon in your videos. So please make sure that you watch all my videos right till the end because I'm going to start sharing them with you right now. So I want to be able to tell this to all of you loud and clear that when you are recording your videos, I want you to look right into the lens of the camera. Most of you are going to be recording videos in the selfie mode, so make sure that your eyes and the lens of the camera are in one straight line. That means that your eyes and the lens of the camera are at the same level, because if you're going to look down and look down at yourself, then there is no connection at all. So the moment I look up and I look right into the lens of the camera, I am immediately able to form a genuine emotional connection with all of you. So always look right into the lens of the camera. Another thing that I want to tell you about is that you might want to invest in a tripod, a mini tripod stand, a gorilla tripod stand, or a selfie stick. Now, I'm not using one right now as I'm shooting this video, but I'm going to let you know eventually where you can buy these from, and I will also share images of these products so that you have an idea with regards to what they exactly look like. And right now, I'm using my right hand, my right arm rather, to hold this phone, and I am making gestures with my other hand. So this is also something which all of you should be practicing. You should be able to hold your phone in one hand very comfortably. And if you have shaky hands or jittery hands, this is the advice which I share with most of my students. I want you to rest your elbow on some sort of a fixed surface, for example, a table. Now, I want you to rest your elbow on that table surface so that you can ensure that your hand is not shaky or jittery at all. The next piece of advice for you is that I want you to smile. Yes, just like I'm coaching all my students out there, I also work with 3 mentors, and now in fact I'm associated with 4. And one of my coaches always tells me that when you are the presenter, when you are the speaker, when you are coaching masses of students, your energy has to be the highest level of energy. And that highest level of energy is always positive, and you demonstrate that highest level of energy by smiling and by genuinely connecting with people. So I want you to smile as much as you can when you are speaking into the camera. Now, by smiling, I don't mean that you have to smile and giggle and show all your teeth all the time like a clown. The smile has to be deliberate. It has to be conscious. It has to be choreographed based on the context of what you are speaking about. Another pointer that I want to share with all of you is that I want you to work on your hand gestures as well. Now, I do understand that when you are holding your phone with one hand and you're trying to make your gestures with the other hand, there is going to be some shake happening while you're recording your content. But it's okay. You should try to minimize that shake or that movement in the camera as much as you can, and then try to have some hand gestures, some body movement with regards to your hand gestures, which you can showcase on the camera. Make sure that your hand gestures are limited, they are choreographed, they are conscious, and they are deliberate, and you should not be moving your hand and flaying your hand at the camera all the time, because that can be rather irritating and distracting for your audience. So make sure that your hand gestures are accurate, contextual, to the point, and also limited while you're speaking with your audience. So I want you to work on all these pointers moving forward. Trust me, people, if you want to take your content creation to the next level, I want you to use this video, listen to this video right till the end, and use all this feedback in all your videos moving forward from here. And I want you to really up your game and take your video recording and your content creation, your video content creation to the next level. Take your video content creation several notches higher by using all these pieces of advice that I've shared with you through this video, and wait for more videos which are lined up for you. But for now, I want you to start working on these aspects of video recording. One, be able to use your hand stably for recording yourself on camera. 2, always look into the lens of the camera. 3, smile. Work on your energy and genuinely connect with your audience. 4, use your hand gestures in a limited fashion, in a choreographed, conscious fashion to be able to connect more. And one last piece of advice before I exit from this video. When you speak, I want you to genuinely feel those words, because when you as a speaker will genuinely feel those words, that's when you will be able to take your words and your message across to your audience, and that's when your audience will also feel those words, feel the emotion behind those words, and be able to connect with you. So never look down at yourself. See, right now I'm looking at myself and immediately the connection is lost. But the moment I look up into the lens of my camera and I look at all of you, immediately, just like that, I'm able to form this human to human, soul to soul connection with all of you. So work on all these pieces of advice. Watch this video right till the end, and I want to use this feedback in all your videos and all of your content creation moving forward. All the best. Hey, I'm back with something else at this point in time. So I don't want you to keep your camera so close to you, because that makes you look very odd and makes your face look very big. So there should be a reasonable distance between you, the subject, and the camera. And you should also not record yourself like this. This is what we call the bottom angle in filmmaking, because this also gives a very disproportionate look to your face. It adds disproportionate look to your face, makes your face appear very disproportionate, not so aesthetically appealing, and it also makes the audience feel that you are superior to them. You are a higher authority on them, and this is something which may not go down well with your audience. So once again, I'm reminding you that you always need to keep a reasonable distance between yourself and the camera, and there has to be an eye contact with the lens of the camera in such a way that your eyes and the lens of the camera are in one line and are at the same level. So guys, please take note of that. And once again, I must remind you, whatever it is that you are speaking about, whatever content it is that you are creating, your energy always has to be high. Keep your energy high, no matter what you are speaking about. You could be speaking about something very serious. That's absolutely okay. Like, most of you know me as a speaker. Whenever I connect with you, whenever I speak with you, my voice tonality is always very direct. But I'm also at the same time very passionate and very enthusiastic about whatever I'm speaking. So no matter how serious the subject that you're talking about, always keep your energy high, and you have to be enthusiastic and passionate about whatever it is that you're talking about, and that has to be showcased, and that has to show through your energy and your smiling, cheerful face and your cheerful countenance. So always remember that. Like I did just now, I spoke about something so serious. I spoke about things which could either make or break your career as a video maker or as a content creator. That was a rather serious topic, wasn't it? But I was still able to convey my message to all of you with my high energy and with my cheerful countenance and with my beautiful smiling face. Another thing that I want to talk about in terms of your body language is that you don't want to hide anything from your audience. So when you're using the other hand also while recording your video, while creating content, and you're using your other hand for body gestures in terms of body language, if you're using your other hand to create some gestures with your hand, then don't try to hide anything by showing the other side of your hand. You should never point your fingers like this or this or this. The first point, the second point, the third point. This could come across as extremely arrogant or egotistical, or it could make you come across as highly authoritative, and your audience might feel that you are coming across as somebody who's rather superior to them. Something which again might not go down well with most of your audience. You want to come across as friendly, warm, welcoming, and cheerful. You don't want to come across as military style or commander style or someone who's being extremely authoritative, if you know what I mean. So don't point like this at your audience, or don't point like this also. You always should show your palm, the palm of your hand, to your audience if you're explaining something. Now, let me break this down to you in terms of body language. If you have this urge to point at your audience because of the context of your content, then I suggest that you don't point your finger at your audience. You could make a soft hand gesture like this and then point that soft hand gesture towards your audience like this, so that your audience does not feel offended in any way. And then if you have to create pointers with regards to your content and you want to discuss certain points with regards to your content, then you should not hide the palm of your hand. You should not show the opposite side of your hand to your audience, and you should not point like this, this, or this. You should be pointing like this, or this, because in this manner you are showcasing the palm of your hand. So this tells the audience that you are a very open speaker. You have nothing to hide because you are showcasing the inner palm of your hand. But if you're always keeping the palm of your hand towards yourself and you're showing the other side of your hand to the audience, which means you are hiding the palm away from the audience, then the audience might feel that you are hiding something from your audience. See what I just did as a speaker? I had this natural urge to point at you, but I immediately decided not to do that, and I said, then you might come across as somebody who is trying to hide something from the audience. So you should always project a persona wherein the audience is convinced that you have nothing to hide from them. You are always a warm, open-hearted, and a giving individual and a speaker. Only then your audience will genuinely connect with you soul to soul. Bye for now. Ciao. Hey guys, now another thing which I want to talk about is, you might be wondering what kind of content you should be creating for your videos. And the easiest answer to that question is, you need to understand what your philosophy in life is and what is that compelling message which is absolutely and utterly in tune with your life philosophy. What is that compelling message which you want to share with your listeners and with your audience? I just want all of you to sit back in your silence and introspect for a bit and ask yourself some of these questions. What are those things about life? What are those aspects of life which are completely in tune with your character, completely in tune with your human value system, your core value system? What are those aspects of life which are absolutely in tune with your innate belief system? Those are the things that you should be talking about, and those are the insights which you should be sharing with your audience on camera, because those are the things which are extremely deep for you. They're extremely personal for you, and you are connected with those things at a very, very deep level, at a spiritual level, I would say. And when you will speak about these things with your audience, you will feel those things. And then, with that emotion, with that energy, with that high energy, you will be able to put across that message to your audience. And guess what? That's when your audience will also receive that message and will feel what you're feeling. Your audience will also feel those emotions and will be able to connect with you emotionally, soul to soul. So ask yourself these questions. Is physical fitness extremely important for you? Do you wish to talk about food? Or do you love cooking? Do you love to travel? Do you believe in just literally traveling across the global map? Or do you believe in traveling metaphorically in life? Do you believe that traveling is therapeutic for you? Do you feel that traveling metaphorically through life makes you a better and a more matured individual? Is it yoga that you wish to talk about? What is it that you feel extremely passionate and enthusiastic about? What is it that you truly believe in? So that is the content that you should be creating. Those are the type of videos which you should be recording for your audience. Another technical aspect which I wish to talk about is your source of light. Now, there might be a source of light directly in front of you. There might be a source of light behind you. And then there might be some reflective surfaces in front of you as well as behind you. Now, please ensure that when you are facing the camera, there is a soft source of light right in front of you, so that the contours and the natural colors of your face are captured beautifully by the camera. Now, if there is a strong source of light in front of you and there's a shiny surface, a reflective surface behind you, then that surface might reflect that light back into the camera, or there might be a source of light behind you and a reflective surface in front of you, and that source of light might get reflected on that surface which is in front of you. Or there might be a ring light in front of you which might be reflecting in your eyes, or there might be a strong source of light getting reflected onto your spectacles if you're wearing any. So you just need to apply some common sense and reposition yourself, adjust your position towards your camera in such a way so that none of these light sources that are being reflected, none of these reflections are being captured by your camera. So just don't overcomplicate things. Keep things very simple when you're recording your content, and just ensure that you have a warm, nice, soft source of light which is falling on your face with the camera right in front of you, so that your entire beauty is captured in all its glory. I hope this helps. Another thing which I want you to understand is that you should try to avoid using these filler words when you are speaking. And what do I mean by filler words is that when we start to speak, sometimes we go off like, so you know what I'm trying to say, or essentially what I'm trying to say is, these are known as filler voices and filler words and phrases. I want you to try to refrain using these filler words and phrases. And one of the best ways to do that is making a promise to yourself that whenever you will think while speaking, you will not voice your thinking pauses. You will take silent thinking pauses. Most of my students already know that I emphasize so much the importance of a structured thought process. I always tell this to my students that Structured thoughts lead to structured speech. And when you are able to organize and structure your thoughts efficiently in your mind, you become more articulate speaker. You are able to articulate yourself better so that your choice of words is such that your ideas or your thoughts accurately match the choice of your words, and you, as an articulate speaker, are able to express your thoughts and ideas accurately in front of your listeners and your audience. So, during the process of speaking, sometimes we also have to think about whatever we have to say. At that time, I want you to make a promise that no matter what, come what may, during the process of thinking, you are not going to be voicing that thought pause. You're not going to be voicing that thinking pause. Rather, you are going to be taking a silent thinking pause. So, when you are thinking, you will not voice that thinking pause with, you may look slightly downwards and you may stay absolutely quiet while thinking. And that's perfectly okay. That's fine. Do that. But do not voice your thinking pause. Keep it a silent thinking pause and avoid fillers like and think deliberately, think consciously, choose your words accurately and wisely so that you come across as an articulate speaker who has this ability to express his or her thoughts and ideas as accurately in the words as possible so that you are not misunderstood at all by your audience. Another piece of advice which I would like to share is that if you are not a voracious reader already, then I strongly recommend your reading books. And when you read books, your vocabulary pool becomes richer. And then when you are speaking and when you are expressing your ideas and thoughts, you can access that vocabulary at your will and wish. You can summon, you can beckon that vocabulary to your service at your will and wish. And you have such a rich pool of words to choose from while expressing your thoughts and ideas. With such a rich pool of words, such a variety of different words and phrases at your disposal, you can become a more articulate speaker. And when you become more of an articulate speaker, you will start to use less and less filler words, sounds, voices, and phrases. And one of the best ways to do that is by reading more and building your vocabulary pool, learning more about new words and new phrases, new verbs, new phrasal verbs, and all of these. Then you can start implementing in your spoken English. And then you can start recording more videos like this, start creating more content like this. The more you will practice, the more you will learn about these new words, the more you will start implementing these new words in your spoken English, the more you will practice the usage of these new words in your spoken English, the better speaker, the more experienced speaker you will become, and you will come across as more articulate and, of course, more confident. So you need to start practicing the implementation of all these new words and phrases that you are learning through the process of reading. And the more you will practice, along with consistent feedback from your coach, the more you will practice, the more feedback you will collect from your coach and your mentor, the better speaker you will become. And you will, of course, come across as more smooth and more articulate, more refined, more elegant, and more confident in your spoken word. Another very crucial aspect which I want to mention over here is the lighting. Please make sure that that light source which you're using while recording your videos is there right in front of you. Use a single source of light and place it in front of you. If you're using two sources of light, maybe one on the left and one on the right, make sure that they're still in front of you and they're not to your sides, okay? Because then only one side of your face is going to be illuminated. So make sure that you're using one or maybe at the most two sources of light, but they're placed right in front of you so that the light is falling directly on your face and there are no shadows on your face. And certainly, by all means, there should be no source of light behind you, because in that case, your expressions, your eye contact with your audience, your face, none of that is going to be clearly visible. You will not be able to establish effective eye contact and a connection with your audience because your face is mostly going to be in a silhouette form and you don't want that. And that happens when the light source is behind you. So by all means, my dear students, avoid having a light source behind you. You should have ideally just one light source in front of you. You could probably invest in a warm ring light which you could place in front of you and which would beautifully illuminate the features of your face, and you can connect brilliantly with your audience. And I'm going to show this to you. I'm going to demonstrate the importance of correct lighting to you in just a short bit. And so you will be able to understand the importance of having a light source right in front of you in contrast to having a light source behind you. Let me just demonstrate it to you, okay? And then you will understand what I'm trying to say. And now watch. Now obviously you can't see me properly and obviously everything is a blur and none of my facial expressions are clearly visible to you and hence you're not able to have an emotional connection with me. And now back to the light falling, the natural soft warm light falling directly on my face. Let's take a look. See folks, how the lighting creates that magic and helps us to connect with each other at an emotional level, soul to soul. So always make sure that there is a single soft, warm source of light falling right on your face and that source of light is right in front of you, okay? And one last piece of advice which I want to share with all of you before you go for that final take of yours is about the sound, the background sound or the background noise. Now, if you are in a room and you're about to start recording your video, please switch off the fan if that fan is making too much noise. And the same shall apply to the air conditioning. If your air conditioner is making too much of noise, then I suggest that you switch off the fan and switch off the air conditioning for as long as you are going to be recording the video. And also, please make sure that if the room that you are in, if that room is located very close to the main road, or if you have windows in the room and the windows are left open and there is too much of traffic noise coming from outside, then I suggest that you shut all the windows, shut the door of your room as well, and try to cut off as much of background noise as is possible. One more piece of advice. I've been watching all your videos and they're great, fantastic. Your messages are superb. They're filled with insights and maturity. But some of you are using editing options like CapCut or Canva, CapShots, InShot, and you are adding background music to your videos. Now, I am not against using background music. If you will visit my YouTube channels, Anchor Anukriti and Professor Anukriti Sharma, even I use background music every once in a while in my videos. But you need to make sure that the volume of the background music is such that it is not overshadowing you. It is not overpowering you. Your background music is just an underlay. You are the superstar. Your message, your compelling message is the superstar which has to take the center stage in your video. So your background music should add to your message and not detract or distract your audience away from your message, if you know what I mean. One, please make sure that the volume of your background music is such that it is not distracting your audience. And two, the choice of your background music should be such that it is actually adding to the mood of your message and it is not taking away from the mood of your message. And the volume has to be such that it is always an underlay. It has to be somewhere in the background as a chorus. You, my dear student, my dear speaker, are the soloist. You are the superstar who is the focus of this video. You, the superstar, and your message is the focus of the video. You are the superstar who is taking the center stage, the focus in the video, while your background music is just somewhere in the backdrop. Your background music is in the background playing the part of the chorus, while you, the soloist, the superstar, has to convey the message which is the actual superstar. Your message needs to have that power and that boom and that thunder, that spotlight. The spotlight has to be on your message while the background music, which is in the background, is just playing the part of the chorus and adding to your overall message. I hope this helps. And once again, I will remind you, if it's evening time or whatever time of the day it is, please ensure that you have one natural, warm, soft source of light directly in front of you, which is gracefully and beautifully illuminating your face as well. I hope all these pieces of advice help you while you are recording your videos and creating your content in my program. Ciao!